Okay, this will be a challenging one, a bit experimental. I'm not going to know how this one will turn out. Yeah, well, you don't know hardly anyway, but this is a difficult looking one. It may not come out looking any good, but you got to experiment, keep cutting, pushing the boundaries, folks. Got to keep pushing the boundaries. We're just going, no, not copied paper. Going to leave it on that. Going up to 400 for this, or maybe, yeah, we're going 400. We're going to make it negative positive, and actually, I was thinking we're going to, well, I was thinking of making it black and white, but it doesn't have all the features that you get, so let's see if I can make this look any good. I got here a 2020 planner with this lovely pattern on the front. So this is a year planner 2020, so it's still in, apart from the fact that we're halfway through the year, it's still in date pretty much. So we're just going to photocopy this upside down like that and just put it against the edge there. I really miss my future husband Luigi. I really miss him dearly, folks. I'm trying to get on television so I can find him. So if you guys in television land could do me a favour and start airing this stuff, that would be really nice, you know, to get my work recognised so I can locate my long lost partner. Now that looks interesting. It looks very, very wishy-washy. I don't know what we're going to do with this. That's an interesting one. Maybe I could employ the dot matrix original setting. I had a feeling it was going to come out somewhat wishy-washy. Yeah, that's an improvement. You can just see the improvement between the two. So the dot matrix is a good kind of setting for this kind of faded out stuff. I was thinking of making it into a movement piece, but I'm now thinking I'm going to make it into a still. So we're going to just get in here and switch off. We're just going to set things back. Not 100, we don't want 100, we want perhaps 141.4. And we're just going to switch off the settings that are associated with negative positive. I'm going to darken it a bit. I think that should do it. So we're just going to take that away, put it on the table and give it away. But I really miss my long lost partner. He is a very precious person to me. He is extremely precious, folks. It really hurts that I can't locate him. I just can't, for the life of me, get any fix on where he is. And it really hurts that I can't locate him. I did some stupid things when I was young, and these stupid things have come back to haunt me, folks. The ghosts of the past haunt me, folks. I don't believe in ghosts, but you using it in a poetic sense, the word ghost. The ghosts of the past. Now this looks shit house. Looks good up close. Maybe I could enlarge it bigger. But basically it's really difficult dealing with these ghosts of the past who have the typical attitude of annoying me and upsetting me and making me feel, that I fucked up really big time I fucked up. I did, folks, and I have to wear it. It's really difficult dealing with these ghosts from the past. Now I'm just going to pull this up. I'm actually thinking maybe we can just put this on. But it's really difficult dealing with these hauntings, you could call them. These painful ghosts that just won't go away. To not know where my partner is. I do have a gut feeling he's not married, that he's still carrying the torch for me, that he still lit a candle in my favour. I know Luigi would never run off with another woman. He's just not that kind of guy. Now that looks interesting. I wonder if we can make this into a movement piece, but we're going to make this bigger, or maybe leave it at that size. But it's really difficult dealing with these dreadful ghosts that just, I know ghosts are not real, folks. I don't believe in ghosts, to be honest. I do believe that this is just a poetic term I'm using to describe how I feel without the person that I love and dealing with things in the past, like so-called ghosts. They haunt me. So my life, I've had to compromise a lot in my life because I'm alone, and I do feel lonely at night time. I just don't have anyone to talk to, and it's really a difficult thing. And that looks really nice. That looks colourful. Wondering if we're going to use this and if that's going to be the centre of our job. But it's really difficult dealing with these dreadful ghosts. These feelings like you just can't get rid of the sense of hatred towards yourself because you fucked up big time. You fucked up your youth, you fucked up your adulthood. Your 20s, your 30s and your 40s are running past with nothing good to say about them. Your brother and your father still hold everything in contempt. They're haunted by the ghosts as well because they can't accept who I am, that I'm a brilliant photocopier artist, that I just haven't been recognised yet. They don't get it. They think their life consists of being local and being family oriented and not getting into the limelight. They don't believe in that stuff. They believe that everything should stay sort of localised, like being involved in community activities. And I just don't like the idea of being just a community person, folks. I just don't want to be just a silly community person, just hanging out and joining a club and hanging out with people, doing activities that really to me have no purpose, like singing. My dad sings. Dad's an asshole. He's trying to sing but he can't sing. and he wants to believe that he's got a place in a singing group called Sing Australia. He also does philosophy classes, which I call philosophy, because he hasn't even improved since he's been doing those silly classes or those silly groups. So my dad and also my brother are real localized types. They just see everything in a limited sort of a way, and they don't appreciate that my work is something special. I think it is. I'd like to be positive that it is. I try to think positive in all this. I try to think positive, folks, and try to believe that I can do something in the future, even though the past looks really bad and I fucked up, and my dad and my brother won't let me forget the past, so I fucking give them the middle finger, my dad and my brother. Yes, they're popular, they've got friends, and they've got gaggles of friends, yes, I know, and that looks better than what I am, but fuck, it's not all about, it shouldn't be about how many fucking friends you got, how popular you are. It's about fucking making a difference, making a fucking difference. I want to one day build an artificially intelligent photocopier with Luigi's help, and I want to be CEO of a future photocopier company that can make photocopiers that are environmentally friendly, they work reliably, they last. The longevity of the hardware would be like 60 years instead of 5 years, and basically the machine is going to be manufactured mostly out of recycled materials, so we're not going to rip as much as we can avoid it. We're not going to rip resources out of the ground, out of a mine. We don't want to mine our minerals. We want to use rubbish tips and recycled and scrapyard materials as much as we can. We just want to make a difference in this world and funnel most of the money earned as a CEO, funneling it into scientific and humanitarian causes, so that we can help repair the damage that we as a human race have done to this planet. So we have to be responsible. Now, being local and hanging out with the friends and the groups and the clubs is not going to achieve that. I'm not interested in that shit. You can take your club, Dad, and stick it up your ass. Don't stop telling me to join a fucking club, because I won't. Fuck you. You got to apologise for the bullying, and so have you, my brother. I won't name them. I won't be so mean and horrible as to name who they are, but they are assholes. And my brother did well at school, he did well at sport, he socialised. I did the opposite. So they've got tabs on me and they can tell me off for being shit. But I'm not going to let that go on forever. I'm not going to let them get away with it. And I'm going to one day make a huge difference. I can't make a difference simply by joining a club or anything like that. I just don't have the fucking time to do that. I don't, folks. The world hasn't got time. I've got to be working on this shit to get myself over the line. Now, this is looking shit in some ways. I'm actually thinking we might take this little section here somewhere. But basically, I just don't want to conform to these familial forces. My family. I don't want to just join a fucking club and shut my dad up. I'm not going to enjoy the club. You don't do things just to please other people, folks. Even if they're trying to bully you or railroad you into it, you can't. You got to fucking do the right thing, what you know is right. You got to flow with your intuition, folks. You got to use your intuition. You got to use your spiritual strength. You can't just give in to the forces of peer group pressure. And I don't like peer group pressure. I had people at school trying to get me to smoke. I did not want to do it. One of the things that my brother did wrong was that even though he did well in sport, he did well academically, he did well socially, the social part might have been a little bit of an undoing because he actually took up smoking and he liked to drink, socially drink. And he also, perhaps, don't know for sure, but I haven't got proof, he might have dabbled in drugs, for all I know. So he's not perfect, and yet Dad thinks the sun shines out of his fucking asshole. And that's just not fair. I never did drugs. I never did alcohol. I never did smoking. I never even took a single drag on a cigarette. I never, ever, ever got drunk. I never, and of course I hated drugs, the idea of taking drugs. So I never, never, never got involved in drugs. So my brother isn't perfect. So Mr. Peter Perfect, his name's not Peter, but I'm just using it to describe him. And Mr. Peter Perfect wasn't so fucking perfect after all, but he doesn't seem to get penalised for it, whereas I get penalised for loving what I do and doing photocopier art. They try to ban me from it. You know, honestly, I'm sick to hell of that. I just want to be me and just be free. This is a part of who I am, folks. So I'm not going to let my father and my brother bully me anymore. And the only way I can stop that is not by talking to them on the phone and not seeing them. You know, distance and silence is what I give them as a form of punishment, a sin bin. So they're in the sin bin of my existence. They're in the sin bin, and they won't get out of the sin bin until they fucking apologise. And the only way they're going to apologise is when I get recognised and go to air on television. So, you know, it's just a real pain in the ass what my fucking parent, my mum's okay. My mum used to be a problem, but she's not anymore, which I'm happy with, and I talk to her almost every day. So she's all right. She's got problems still, but I'm sure she'll get through. Anyway, yeah, so now that's a long demo, but this has turned up a treat. I think now we can call this demo quits.